Today, the Trade Union of Educators and Scientists of the Republic of Kazakhstan is one of the largest members organizations of the Federation of Trade Unions of the Republic of Kazakhstan, including 17 oblast, 3 territorial and 218 district and town trade union committees, and comprises more than 8,000 primary trade union organizations with more than 770,000 trade union members. The main priorities of the trade union that are approved by the 11th Congress and laid down in the agreements include the coordination and consolidation of efforts on defense of constitutional, social and economic rights and interests of educators, depending on social and economic situation in the Republic. With the support and advice of the union members, the Trade Union of Educators and Scientists persistently presents their needs to government authorities. We regularly meet with the government and the parliament representatives. Through the work of working committees, submit proposals into draft versions of laws and legal acts. In cooperation with scientists and relevant specialists, we conducted numerous social surveys to assess the life quality of teachers, including working conditions, labor remuneration system, housing, healthcare and other aspects. We have practiced field session of committees, conducted press conferences, telephone conferences, forums and international events, meetings with the parliament members, collaborative work of committees, and etc. The trade union's involvement is still very strongly required in terms of improving the labor remuneration system, protecting labor relations, providing legal support, protecting families, motherhood and childhood, fixing social guarantees, promoting the educator status and the prestige of educators' work. We need to apply more efforts to improve the technical facilities of education establishments, to provide employment to junior specialists and to solve their housing problems. It is important for us to establish constructive relations with the government, local government authorities and employers. We can defend the rights and interests of employees through social partnership, oriented on collective and conventional settlement of labor relations under conditions of economic crisis. The partnership relations with the Ministry of Education and Science have been deepening under the sectorial agreement, which allows us to focus on the finance and labor remuneration, labor and social guarantees, normative teaching load, social and economic protection of young students, as well as the employment of junior specialists. The presidents of oblast and territorial committees of the Trade Union of Educators and Scientists participate in extended collegial meetings and parliament sessions, where the social and economic issues are addressed. So our amendments to the laws on education, on the state youth policy, labor code of the Republic of Kazakhstan, etc. were considered. The year 2008 was under the slogan "Adequate remuneration for adequate labor." Numerous petitions, letters and applications to the attention of the government and parliament members touched upon the increase of labor remuneration, the determination of labor remuneration standards, the replacement of a basic officially pay rate, the increase of students' living allowance and pensions. There were held press conferences, round tables, meetings with the ministers of labor and social protection, economy and budget planning of Kazakhstan. The Trade Union of Educators and Scientists always responds to the existing situation by creating special commissions and councils and holding campaigns. This was done in case of the Coordination Council, which was defending the stance of trade unions of budget organizations on the labor remuneration increase and carried out a protest action in April 2008. As a result, we have managed to establish a dialogue with the government and to change its attitude towards the trade unions' demands, whereupon the fruitful negotiations were begun, which largely contributed to the situation change. The government implemented the 2008 budget adjustment, consisting in the increase of a minimum subsistence level and a minimum salary level, subject to the actual price index by 14.4%, in the increase of a student's living allowance and basic pensions, and in the increase of sick list allowance up to 15-time monthly calculation index. During presentation of the draft law on the Republican budget for the years of 2010-2012 at Majlis Parliament session, the Minister of Economy and Budget Planning of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Mr. Sultanov, announced about change of the date of salary increase for teachers and doctors to the 1st of July of 2010, which caused serious tension among educators and doctors. At numerous requests of the union members, The Trade Union of Educators and Scientists, in cooperation with the Trade Union of Healthcare Workers of the Republic of Kazakhstan, supported the Federation of Trade Unions of Kazakhstan on cancelling the decision of the Parliament of Kazakhstan about change of the date of salary increase for workers employed in budget-funded spheres to the 1st of July of 2010 and sent petitions to the Parliament and the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan, where they expressed their disagreement with the change of the dates of salary increase. In the message to Kazakhstan people, New Decade, New Economic Upturn, New Opportunities for Kazakhstan, the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan emphasized that the economical growth for the last year allows to increase students' living allowance and salary level for workers of budget-funded organizations by 25% and 3 months earlier, from April of 2010. Here we should note that the work of the Federation of Trade Unions and our efforts were not unavailing. The dates of salary increase for educators have been revised. The world crisis has affected everyone, but the budget sector still has a special place in the state economy, as the government uses all means available to support educators. Annually, funds are allocated for 200 grants in the amount of 2,000 time of monthly calculation index to every holder of the Best Teacher of the Year title. In 2009, the newly adopted law stipulates the norm on social support to social sphere workers who wish to work in rural areas. Starting from the 1st of July of 2009, traveling allowance has started to be paid in the amount of 70 monthly calculation indices. In the amount of 70 monthly calculation indices, more than 90,000 tenge to all those who wish to work in rural areas. Moreover, this category of citizens can be granted budget-funded loans on preferential conditions for 15 years to buy housing in the amount of 630 monthly calculation indices, more than 800,000 tenge. The trade union pays constant attention to the cooperation with akimats and their structural divisions and to the enhancement of partnership work. The Trade Union Council holds regular out-of-office meetings and seminars. These events have been held in the Kostanay, Mangistau, East Kazakhstan oblasts. The list of participants included the trade union officials, education department officers, and akimat authorities. As an example, at the time the social and economic protection measures for educators were discussed in the Mangistau Oblast, the Akim, Kusherbayev, Krymbek Yelevovich, received the council members and told them about the steps taken and to be taken and the development potential of the region. The similar session of the Trade Union Council was held in the Kostanay region and fully devoted to the social protection and support of local educators and scientists. The attending deputy Akim of the Oblast gave his appreciation to this event. The same events were held in the cities of Almaty, Karaganda and East Kazakhstan Oblast. Our country's future as people's welfare solely depends on the education level of today's youth, on their commitment to the causes, their perseverance and desire to acquire more knowledge. The Kazakhstan Young Workers Forum, organized by the Federation of Trade Unions of Kazakhstan in November of 2008, with the active participation of our union, provided a platform for discussing the measures of support to and the problem of improving social protection of youth and their social status. The year of 2009 was declared the Year of Youth. The summer vacation of educators and their children provided by local governments, education departments, oblast and territorial trade union committees becomes more and more popular from year to year and allow to involve up to 1.5 million children. The trade union budget allocates annually over 38 million tenge. All employees of the education sector participate in the competition for the best children's summer vacation organized by the Federation of Trade Unions. Our organizations and their heads make the largest contribution to this cause. It is not surprising that those getting the highest appreciation in the summer vacation competition are mostly from educators, who take special care of war and labor veterans. The sectorial trade union carries out the work consisting in the protection of labor and creation of favorable working conditions, prevention of traumatism, and protection of educators' health. There have been 7,864 public inspectors working in the sector who are in charge of monitoring the activities above. The educational establishments are given better equipment and extra funds for repairs. There is a number of plans and deliberation for providing fire and sanitation safety. there are regular trainings of school principals, heads of oblast and regional departments of education and science, trade union members based on the Teachers' Qualification Improvement Institute program, providing for improving partnership relations, remuneration system, teacher status, legal matters, etc. It is a long tradition to hold competitions on professional crafts, such as Best Teacher of the Year, the Best Supervising Teacher contests, and other. Providing courses to the trade union staff is a major part of its work. There are different ways of organizing studies, represented by courses, workshop, publication of articles, information lists, review competitions, etc. Our trade union and its subdivisions come to succor when emergencies or disasters happened to the trade union members. We rendered aid to victims of natural disasters that happened in Almatynskaya, Kazlordinskaya and South Kazakhstan oblasts. Victims of industrial disasters happened in one of the mines in Karagandinskaya Oblast. We immediately transferred funds in the amount of 1.5 million tenge to flood victims in Kazylagash, Aksu region in Almatynskaya Oblast. We also provided financial aid to teachers' families suffered from flood in Tarbagatayski region in East Kazakhstan. We maintain close information contacts with the international trade union movement. The sectorial trade union is eagerly supporting relations within the CIS cooperation framework. The trade union leaders take part in meetings, seminars, congresses, forums. They also exchange delegations and support campaigns held by the Ministry of Education and Science, the International Eurasian Association of Trade Unions. In 2009 in Astana, the fourth forum of the International Association of Eurasian Trade Unions of Educators and the visiting session of the International Association of Trade Unions of Educators and Scientists were held, in which delegations from Turkey, Russia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and our trade union participated. Joint work with the mass media allows to raise awareness of education-related problems, to discuss the situation of teaching staff and students, to generate public opinion in newspapers, on the radio and television. As a rule, there are round tables, live talks, press conferences, etc. The trade union newspaper Golos Adilet has regular publications of articles in the daily work of trade union organizations, on the current problems as well as on ways of their resolution, on interesting events and leaders in this area. No written or oral application meant for us remains unanswered. For 1 year we received more than 4,500 letters, applications, salary and utility-related requests, complaints about unlawful dismissals, untimely payment of pensions, fees for the reason of referring some urban villages to rural areas, non-fulfillment of legal acts, surplus, etc. All of them require our attention and resolution through the relevant instances. It has become a tradition to describe the collective experience of our structural divisions, to issue bulletins and publish books. From year to year, our trade union is getting better equipped. The central office's structural division are equipped with computers, internet lines, have vehicles, a car and a minibus, which expedites our work. The social situation of our citizens is based on political stability, friendship, tolerance and tranquility. These are the key factors to our country's prosperous development. It is always possible to overcome any crisis in such conditions. We are convinced that our state will get out of it with dignity and its people will be provided well-being.